I am here with LGN Killface. My name is LGN Ryker Eve. Today we're going to go over our reactions of Day 1 Summit and how we reacted and what they think they should change and what they have changed at the end of this video. So I'm going to
Yeah.
start asking Killface his reactions to Day 1 Summit because I ran with him on Day 1 and you've already seen some of the videos that I've put up on our channel. So Killface, what was your reaction or what were your expectations for Summit when it first came out?
My expectations for Summit was like 50-50. And what I mean is it could be really good, it could be semi-good, or, it could be pretty bad. But overall, the time that we ran on there, it was a lot of fun. The first 10 rounds were like too easy. The normal, it shouldn't have been on normal. It should have been like
dude,
heroic.
it was pure murder. It was pure murder.
Yeah, like you can't really test anything.
And
out
even when I
normal
came in the
mode.
20s, I was still murdering everything from challenging all the way almost up to heroic.
Yep. So it was a lot of us trying to find ways to break up the monotony, like picking on people's builds. that was a good one.
That was all the way up in challenging though, so you have to give him some credit on that.
Yeah, true.
And plus, our most hilarious moments are actually in part 9, which is, I believe, will come out on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And that one, I'm gonna warn you now, that one is just all of our deaths.
Oh,
from
yeah.
81 to 87, all of our deaths, because we never did get past 87 on the first day.
Nah, it was a struggle after that.
We were just done. And have you watched Red versus Blue before?
Red versus Blue. Yes, I have.
Okay, I added in one reference point in there, and then I'm gonna add in a link to the whole Tex versus Reds fight for just how we felt after all that was done, because that's how we felt. We felt like we were being beaten up by Tex
the whole time. And if you ever, again, cool skills, it's just a problem.
It is an issue.
Yeah, it's not fun for anybody. But yeah, I digress. The first 10 waves were just, we walked through them. If we could change it to like heroic or challenge mode or legendary mode, it would make it a little bit more interesting. But the fact that we had just regular normal mode, you couldn't change the difficulty or anything, it just kind of, it made it a walk in the park. Yeah, we just pretty much walked through it and slaughtered everything and kept it pushing.
All right, next question. So this is for the clan as a whole. What do you think our ranking is from 1 to 100? What do you think the whole ranking system of our clan as a whole is, skill-wise?
Oh, like average.
Yeah, what is our average? I'll give, you give me yours and I'll give you mine afterwards.
Average, okay. Because I'm thinking about who can do it, and then I'm thinking about how many people.
This is for overall, not
overall.
Overall.
Okay. Love it. Okay.
Sorry, Alyssa, we love you, but you are just so easy to pick on.
You got better. I'll give you that. But bro, that first week was rough. It was rough.
Very rough.
I'd probably say still around like 90, 92, maybe 93.
All right.
Because I'm running with Nutty now, and matter of fact, I'm hoping he's still at the party. But we're pretty much running it on 94. We're just slowly walking through it, and we're annihilating stuff. So, but that's again just 2 of us. But Nutty's been grinding on his own. Machete's been grinding. Clone's been grinding. So like, it's a good amount of people out there that I think can slaughter this stuff. We just got to get our synergy together. So when we play together, no matter who it is, we can just be like, all right, tank, skills, DPS, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So
my ranking for the clan as a whole is probably about 85 to low 90s.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a better range.
Because us as a group, it was me, you, Slappy, Mac, Troclone, Illicit,
Quantum,
Elite, and Engineered, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So some of those are, medium tier. Illicit was sorry, illicit, but was low tier.
You're the best example, bro. I'm sorry.
Was
You,
low
you,
tier,
you,
and even though we had, our little shortcomings, we never did a full wipe until I believe 82 or 83,
yeah.
somewhere around there. And even before that, we only had a death maybe once every 3 floors
And this was
from
on the first day too.
yeah. So I think our first death, first just death, not wipe, was on challenging, and it wasn't even illicit. So illicit, you're good.
Sorry about that, bro. I definitely put that death on you.
But so it was so my perspective of the summit, the way that I visualized it is, and you actually stated in one of the videos that I put up, was that you expected it to be close quarters, not these
Yes.
massive rooms that are, half built.
Yeah, and you spend a lot of time getting lost in those damn rooms. Like I'm
Oh
just
hell yeah.
now getting to where I know where they are because the layout's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be nowhere near as big as it is now. Because in all the videos, it was literally like
Close
a
quarter
fucking. It
combat.
was an office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was an
like it
office.
was just. Nah, that's not what's happening at all.
Yeah. And okay, so next question. What should our next question be? Oh, we could I guess we can add this in already. What are they doing different with the summit?
Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, and I'm so glad that you did this because I put it in Discord for everybody to watch State of the Game. I
Yep.
don't know who watched it, but I'm going to break it down right here, right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So they are adding gear sets, not so much gear sets, but the target loot. You can pinpoint what the target loot is now. So in the summit on the 20th and then some, you'll be able to go in and just pinpoint what you want to pick, whether it is the SM. I can't think of any of the Petrov or Providence defense, no matter what it is, even the gear sets. And the
Out
gear
summit.
sets, yeah, out summit, Jesus. I'm not, but so the gear sets, the reason that's important because normally when the target loot is gear sets, it's just all of them. But now you can pinpoint individual gear sets to make the target loot.
Oh, sweet.
They're also yeah, they're also adding in 9 directives. All the directives they've ever added, they're adding those in, and they're allowing you to equip the directives how you feel fit, from 1 to 100. So it's not going to be like a difficulties 1 to 40 is normal, 40 to 60 is challenge. It's none of that. What you pick is what it's going to be.
So
So
say if I wanted to put my clan through absolute misery, I could just put out legendary with all those cool skills on.
with all 9 directives on, that's going to be tougher than a raid. But the amount of loot you'll probably get out of that thing, oh goodness, exquisite. So every now and then these things are going to get tried, but they have a lot of adjustments to this game mode that I would have liked to see when the game first came out, because it's a lot of stuff that they're tweaking, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, but I'm happy it's not taking as long as other game modes has taken, because Division tends to like drag their feet a little bit when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to adjusting things, but they're like right on it. It's the game mode's been out for maybe about a little over a month, and they're already talking about making this kind of adjustment to it, to where you can get more loot, you can have more control on how you play the difficulties. It just takes them out of control and puts you in control. So that's just
which
going to be
which us as players is what we wanted in the first place.
yep,
For
yep,
from the game for a very long time.
yeah, and they're finally listening. So, and I think it got to the point now because the summit came out, and even though it's fun and it's great and all, if I'm the only one on and I put on matchmaking, it takes me maybe 15, 20 minutes to find an actual person to play with.
Oh yeah, it takes a bit.
Yeah, and this is a brand new game mode. So I know they're just like, okay, that's a problem. So I'm glad that they're listening to the community. They're going out and they're making these changes so people can get back acclimated to this game, because it's a great game. They just need to, get their stuff together sometimes, and they're working on it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and no one's perfect. Everyone's going to have their
yep,
issues, no matter what game that they're in charge of.
yep, because they're trying new stuff every time. So it's going to be hit or miss, but I'm liking the direction they're heading in. And they said it was going to be the 20th of this month, but they also said that hiccups might happen, so it might get pushed back a little bit. But they're just shooting for that's their target date. So I don't want everybody to be like, "Oh, the 20th updates here." It's just 20th, etc. So like,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's a lot of good things coming to what's the name?
Do you have any questions for
Division.
me regarding Division and Summit?
Oh, Ryker, I have so many builds to show you. I have been bored, and I've been so bored, and all I want to do is play this game. But as far as the game, how do you like the game mode? Because I don't think I've asked a lot of people their genuine opinion of it.
I generally like Summit. Even though it's easy, the way that they set up the difficulty levels, is, in a way, it's the best proving ground that you can ask for,
Yeah.
especially if you're recruiting someone. You
Mm-hmm.
can say, okay, we're going to have you run this by yourself and in a group. And we're going to see what your skill level is and, how far you can go. So
Yeah.
for me, I am a skill-based player. So my skill base, I want to say, is probably anywhere from 90 to 98. That's where I'll put
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
However, in DPS and tank wise, I am way lower than that. I'm like in the heroics and challenging
Oh,
and all that.
well, I might have a tip for you, and I just found this out today. So, and this might change when they make the updates, but as of right now, I don't know if anybody uses System Corrupt, that PvP build.
I have a build
It's
for it. I don't use it much.
so on Legendary mode for the Summit, you can use it. Put on that Memento backpack, because if you think about it, all the black or white tusks or whatever, they have nothing but disrupt, EMPs, and the System Corrupt negates all of that shit. The bleed
Oh, really?
that the tanks have, all of it. The EMP after
Oh, do
the
you think that will work
what's
well with the backfire?
oh, okay, no, well it could, but the way I went, I used the big shield and the Liberty, so my shield
Oh,
never
okay.
drops, and because I don't have any heals, I'm running a pulse and my big shield, and I'm annihilating stuff on Legendary because the tanks can't do anything. They can't disrupt me. They can't
Yeah, I had.
EMP me.
So in part 9, you'll actually see you with your old build, your Bulwark
Mm-hmm.
Foundry. You
Mm-hmm.
actually hold your own against one of the Hive tanks for a good moment because they broke you down, and then you
The bleed.
with the bleed and all that, they broke you down, and then your shield just kept on regenning right back because not only was he doing, physical damage to your body, but he was shooting your shield also.
Yep.
So it
Yep.
just kept on.
Yep. And it kept going. That armor regen is crazy. That shit is
But then you finally
absolutely
went down
crazy.
and died, and joined the rest
Yep.
of us in hell. But
But see, if I had the System Corrupt on, I don't think that shit would have been a problem.
well,
Because
with System Corrupt, you have to remember that it replaces your armor kits, and there is a cooldown for it. So you have to be mindful of that.
but hold on. So with the Memento backpack, every time you pick up somebody that you kill, it gives you that armor. Like it gives you armor right back. So that gives you the
And
cushion
the
that
more
you
armor you
need.
have, the more bonus armor that you
Yep.
get.
Yep.
But I'm just
So
saying
it's
that
just
that talent that it has a cooldown, so you have to be mindful of your placement and how you
yeah.
play.
Because
That's the only concern that I have.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a tricky build to finagle because everything you just said, because it's replacing that the heal that you have. But it's so much armor. It's so much armor. I didn't think to use tank. I was trying to think if I should go with skill or should I make it a DPS? But the Momentum's backpack, it works so well with armor because
I
that's
want
like
to
the only thing.
say for the summit, I think so. Here's my ranking for so DPS. You can go through one for how it was. DPS, you can go through 1 to maybe heroic.
That's fair.
Tank, you can basically put that into the same criteria and maybe a few legendaries. Skill
Yeah.
wise is the most adapt, even with the dreaded cool skill directive, is your most.
I want that shit gone.
Yeah.
Like
Our
I just
clan
want
wants
it
it
gone
dead.
altogether. Like the worst. Oh, just take it out of the game. Don't give us all the skills.
Like,
and then
like here's
put it
the
in a
thing.
thing and
I
take it away.
understand why it's in there. It's so that it forces the player to adapt and play differently than what they're used to, so that they have different builds for different situations.
I don't want to.
Shut up.
I don't want to.
Because here's the thing. If you play a game for too long, what happens? You burn out. What happens if you play the same build every single time? You burn out.
Yeah.
It's why they have these directives and these seasonal events. It's so that you adapt your play style and play with different builds.
But it's just so many possibilities. This game has so many possibilities. I just don't know how you could pinpoint to one thing. Like, I get bored after maybe about running a heroic. I can't get through a heroic without switching builds. Like, I just get bored.
I'm usually pretty good with not switching builds. My issue is that as a you know me, I run my main status effect build. Mm-hmm. My issue is that if they throw me a curveball, like say I'm fighting, like in the summit, it happens all the time. Each floor has a different enemy.
Yep.
You go in one room, you're fighting where are they? The Fanatics or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think that's people from New York. Or the Rykers. Yeah.
Yeah, Rykers, Fanatics. Then all of a sudden, in the next room, I'm screwed because it's all drones and robots.
Yep.
And my status effect build, as I run it, is burn and shock. That's not going to help me much.
Not at all. And see, that's part of the dilemma.
And so one of the things I have to do constantly is switch off one of my skills with a pulse or with the sticky EMP variant. And that is the only way that I can combat that. But here's the issue. When you realize this, sometimes it's usually too late.
Mm-hmm. Especially on those high levels, because you'll be like, oh no, I got to switch builds, dead. That's normally how it is.
Especially with the White Tusk, with how they are. As soon as they drop you, they go up to you, laugh in your face, and execute you.
Bro, okay, so I didn't know this about the White Tusk. The guys with the flamethrowers and shit? So those are like
wait, there's White Tusk with flamethrowers?
Yes, you haven't seen them? They are obnoxious. They have the same kind of gun like the foam guys, but it's a flamethrower.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, they're called an exotic squadron or something. But
I've never had them.
I've had them. They're terrible. But they
I think they would be a nightmare for both me and for themselves because my status effects and all that. But
yep.
We don't have a fun time with each other.
For it. You're gonna see them more. That was part of the update. They're gonna start giving them alerts when an exotic squadron is around. So the same way
exotic drops.
They did not specify.
They better. If they
that was the name
exotic,
they gave them, right? That was the name.
You better give me an exotic.
And we got hunters and rogues, so they better give us something because the hunters and rogues they be skimming sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
Especially that loot goblin. No matter what level you want, we're in the summit. That loot goblin always gave you trash. No matter what.
Why put him in there?
They need to change that. Like, I understand the loot goblin's potential, I guess you can say, but they need to change that. Especially with difficulties, because you saw it in the summit. The higher we got up, the better the loot got. It did not matter which level that loot goblin was at.
It was trash from 1 to 100.
His loot was always crap.
Man, and he's got all that armor. But yeah.
So that was that loot goblin needs to change, in my opinion.
Hopefully they'll change it. I don't know if they will, but yeah. I think that's it for all the updates. They made this state of the game was short and pleasant. because I prefer short and pleasant. Just give me bullet pointed. Sometimes they talk for like 3 hours. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
The only reason why I think a news segment for any game actually should be long is to, one, apologize and explain what happened,
Fair, which they never do.
and or
By the
rarely
way.
do. I think Bungie did it once with Destiny 1 or 2, one of the two, where
And
they
then they
apologized
continue
for something. But
to fuck it
yeah.
up.
Sorry,
Oh,
Destiny 2.
man.
Love you to death, but you need to fix some things. But
Oh, that release they did today? We're not here for that.
yeah,
Okay,
we're not here for Destiny 2. We're here for
yeah,
Division.
no, we're not here for that.
But there are a few things where it has to be a long video. But as long as it's short, to the point, and you're not holding anything back, total transparency of what you're doing, I'm good.
Yep. And I feel like they've been doing a good job of the transparency. I think. Yeah, it's more so about the release dates. Like they'll say they'll put things out and they'll just push it back.
Which is another thing that I think is an issue. We don't want release dates. We want concrete gameplay that we can rely on.
Yep. I'm more so concerned with that.
Yeah, because here's the thing: you can push back. I don't care if you push it back until the end of time. Just tell me that you're working on it and fixing these issues along the way. Because you've seen it in the summit, invisible walls, enemies going through walls.
Oh, man, listen, and they had the trial run of this, but it's like once they released it, that was the second trial run, and I don't know.
The people who work there, they seem to think that okay, we found the initial bugs. Let's just shove it out to the players, see what they find.
Yep. That's what it felt like when we were playing. That's what it felt like, because the whole time that we were playing, it was like, oh, there's an invisible wall. And it was like we would circle them out so they would see and know to fix that. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you tell us that something's, in beta and you launch it out to us, tell us. And we would be more than happy to tell you the issues. Don't just say, oh, here you go. It's all fixed. Everything's fine.
Well,
then day one, you fall through a floor.
Why didn't they do the beta for everybody instead of just doing it to PCs?
Because PC has exploits
for that.
PCs has exploits that they can use that console players usually don't. So that's why they give it to PC, which I'm actually totally okay with, because as console players, mainly console players, your ability to cheat is limited.
Yeah. As far as the modded controllers and all that goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
that makes sense.
Oh, man, my kids are going crazy. 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes. Oh, it actually gives me a countdown. Sweet. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so let's see. What else should we discuss today for the YouTube?
What else is there? We talked about the experience going there. We talked about the things they needed to improve. We talked about the improvements they already made. The clan ranking. I wanted to go over builds, but we could do that like when we are actually playing the game. But we could
I won't be able to be on today because I'm actually going to be at work very soon.
I got you.
Like this is contents for everybody watching. Me and Killface planned this video out yesterday before this one, but we've both knocked out.
I text you. I had an alarm on my phone for 10 o'clock, and I was like, all right, bet. I woke up, and I was like, yo, you want to do this on Discord? And I didn't get a response, and I fucking fell asleep. I feel like I fell asleep almost instantly.
And here's the funny thing. So me and Killface have a 3-hour time difference because I'm in California. He's over on the other side of the country.
Maryland.
Yeah. So when I woke up, it was an hour after our our uh,
our scheduled meeting.
our scheduled meeting.
Oh shit.
Because when I'm not playing or editing videos, I'm usually on my phone on my bed, either doing one of two, maybe three things. One of which is writing, two of which is watching something else on YouTube, and three is reading something else, basically fan fiction wise, or just reading in general.
Nice.
I was watching
And
a
that'll
YouTube
lead to
video
sleep.
and knocked the F out.
Yep, that'll lead right to sleep almost every time. But nah, I'm glad we got the link up to do this video because this was pretty cool, and I can't wait to see this in the YouTube when you put it together.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna edit this one because we didn't discuss anything out of the context of the summit except for the little Destiny bit, which
Yeah,
but that was just for context. But
yeah,
we stayed within the rules of my rules, which I think need to be updated a little bit. That I put in
yeah.
for etiquette and streaming etiquette,
Mm-hmm.
and we just discussed there was no yelling, there was no toxic debate, basically.
Yeah, politics, especially nowadays, you can't. No,
Oh, yeah.
just any kind of hot topics that's going to get people riled up. But
The only reason we would get riled up is, and the only reason why I think it's an excuse to get riled up is if you're discussing the game and that you're very passionate about it. However, there are limits, because I used to be part of a clan before this one, which wasn't really a clan. It was just a group of people that loved playing the Division, the original game.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
I used to be a mod there. And I had to put the leader of that Discord in check sometimes because of how passionate he got. And, basically how angry he got over some of the fixes that they got. And, this is actually his shirt that he gave me for thanks for
That's
modding the
awesome.
Discord. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Dark Zone Warriors. I wasn't much for Dark Zone because of one incident.
Oh no, did you get robbed?
No. Okay, so here's the story. I was running with my team. They're not, like I said, it wasn't really a clan. It was just a mild group of people that we all got along with.
Mm-hmm.
So another one of the members helped me get my Predator build.
Oh,
It
nice.
was maxed
That
out.
was my baby.
Oh yeah, I had two builds that I loved. Reclaimer. I was a healer.
I don't even think I ever used Reclaimer. No, I didn't. Nope.
Reclaimer was epic, especially if you built it right. And Predator. Those were my two builds that I loved.
With the MDR? Woo, I missed the MDR. That was my baby.
I had the house.
Listen, I didn't get the house until they freaking stopped the game. Like, I ran the underground so much. And then when I got the house, they nerfed it into the ground. Still upset about that, but it's okay.
It didn't even matter that it got nerfed into the ground. It was still a very strong SMG. But
yeah,
I was running, and we had more than average on, so we decided to log in and out of the Dark Zone so that we can get 8 people in instead of the original 4.
Nice.
Here's the issue. If your other team goes rogue and you're hunting rogues, it procs Predator on them as well.
Yep.
Half of our crew died because I shot one dude.
Oh man, nice.
It was epic.
Nice.
It was a very hilarious moment. I wasn't streaming. I wasn't even recording. But we all died of laughter.
Oh man, because you just wiped out the whole team.
I wiped out half of my team.
Good job, Ryker.
Like that is what Slappy would say.
You shot Church, you team-killing fucktard.
Nice.
I know, right?
Spot on.
Red versus blue. I'm gonna get that clip.
Nailed it.
I'm gonna get that clip and put that in here. But yeah.
Man.
Oh, update to all. If you want to send me anything video-wise, make sure it's an MP form with sound.
Ryker, I'm gonna be sending Nutty your way because he's got some questions on streaming. I sent them to the Discord, but I don't think he uses it the way like everybody else uses it.
No,
So I know
I
he's been
haven't
on
seen
recovery.
an at from him. So
Yeah,
go
so
ahead
I
and
think
do that.
all right, because he's already talking about streaming stuff, and he's been grinding so hard, like he's already in the 800s. I don't know if you I don't know if you remember when Nutty was playing when we first like linked
Wasn't
up.
he like
He,
500?
nah, I think he was lower than that. Like I think he was much lower than that. He was
I would
like
have to
he's
review
been
the
grinding.
like. Was he there for day one
Hold on, day one.
or day one
Uh,
summit? Because if he's in there, I'll just
oh,
review the footage.
was he in there day one? Check in there. He might be. He might have popped in for a minute,
I
but
would
I'm
have
not
to. I
100%
would
sure.
have to, watch the YouTube videos. But another thing. So context for everybody out there. There's going to be a new rule in place. Do not go for 13 hours straight for an event.
Ah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
here's the
Okay.
thing. When I was done downloading, my PC can hold about 1,000 gigs. And I had
Mhm.
800 free. When I was done downloading every single one of your stupid videos, I had 300 gigs left.
Yep. So I know that thing was moving slow, slow down.
Not slow. The reason why it took so much is because it makes like 3 copies. One is the initial, download of the video.
Mm-hmm.
The second is, the import and copy to iMovie, which basically makes 3
Oh,
copies.
yeah. That's gonna take a fuck ton right there.
All
Well,
right, hold on.
okay.
Let's finish this before the thing flips over.
Got you.
This is Ryker. This is LGN Ryker Eve and Killface telling you
Mm-hmm.
to have a nice day, and
Have a good one, y'all.
yeah, have a good one.
All
Have a
right.
good one, all.